Verse 4, who have said, with our tongue will we prevail. Our lips are our own. And who is Lord over us? You know? And that's going back to what the brother Kazak was saying. A lot of Jake don't want to be told what to do, man. Especially when you have the elders GMS telling Nate and the rest of you damn followers that follow him, you know, that they're going off, that Nate is going off, you know, and, you know, telling the fact that, you know, he's teaching philosophy, you know.
On this Psalms 37 and 37, mark the perfect man and behold upright, for the end of that man is peace. But the transgressors shall be destroyed together, the end of the wicked shall be cut off. But the salvation of the righteous is of the Lord. He is their strength in the time of trouble. And the Lord shall help them and deliver them. He shall deliver them from the wicked and save them, because they trust in him.
To say something on that, it says, mark the perfect man and behold the upright. The end of that man is peace. It's talking about the elders, man. You know, because right, the elect, because we're that example, man. You know that people's supposed to follow. Did not Paul say, "Be followers of me, as I'm a follower of Yahweh Shai"? So same thing with us, man. We telling you the right way, and you guys, you're willingly wicked. You know what I'm saying? You just don't want to get it, but that's why you finna get the cake baked the Lord got for you, man. Nate, don't be surprised if the Lord got you in a concentration camp, man. You know what I'm saying? As much as we bring it out, because you don't touch those subjects. You like to think of us as conspiracy theorists, fear mongers, right? But because you don't talk about that stuff, you won't talk about the Illuminati or these different things that's coming, you know. So you like to look at us weird, but don't be surprised if the Lord got you in that situation, man. And then it said in that scripture the brother read that the Lord's going to deliver us because we trusted in Him. That goes back to faith, you know. You got to have faith in the Lord to trust in Him. Well, really, it's the same thing. Trust, faith. You believe He's going to get you out of that situation, man. You know?
Yeah, just like you said about the concentration camps, pursuant to Revelation 2 and 10, you're going to have the actual believers, the elect, that's going to be put in concentration camp for 10 days. And it said, have faith unto, basically, paraphrasing, have faith unto death. Okay? So we're going to be tested, man. You know?
This is the book of Revelation chapter 3.
Oh, I'm sorry. Let me say one more thing. Another thing that we forgot to bring out, because you haven't really hit on it, but you hit on it years ago, and we got on you about that like 5 or 6, 7 years ago when you quoted Romans, the 13th chapter, and the first 2 verses talking about obey them that have the rule over thee and all, obey them that are let me read it so I can get matter of fact, you read it. This start from the key point is in the second, start from the top.
Revelation 13 and 1. Let every soul be subject unto the higher powers, for there is no power but of the Most High. The powers that be are ordained of the Most High.
Yeah, Esau is in the power seat. He's the powers that be. And he was the Most High set him up. Go ahead.
Whosoever therefore resisted the power, resisted the ordinance of the Most High.
Now, when you look up the word resist, it means to fight. Because you had at least 2, you had 2 that we know of, zealots. And that basically, that was that version of that time frame. It was like they were like the Black Stone Rangers and the Black Panthers and so forth, all right? Those guys were like radicals to the system, okay? So what Paul is saying, look, don't try to rise up against the Roman Empire, because the Most High set up the Roman Empire, okay?
It says, whosoever therefore resisted the power, resisted the order.
Anybody that resisted the power, that tried to take it down, and during the Roman Empire, that happened many a times, man. And eventually it did go down. All those rebels, not just of Israel, but of other nations. The barbarians, the Picts, Germanian tribes, okay? So they were constantly fighting battles because some people didn't want to be under the Roman Empire. So Paul said, don't be like them. Because Paul was mistaken for this Egyptian leader that had 400 men that were murderers. These guys were cutthroats. Go ahead.
It says, whosoever therefore resisted the power resisted the ordinance of the Most High.
Yeah, so when you say, look, we're going to get guns and we're going to do this and we're going to take down this white man, they're like this stupid lost nigga, what's his name, King Noble. He's a clown. That's what you call a clown, man. Oh, yeah, he came around y'all with that bullshit? Yeah, well, I ain't going to say nothing. I ain't going to say nothing.
It says,
See, you guys are not a season like us, man. Because back in the day, before we got on YouTube, brother, we used to beat people's asses. The big ass hefty garbage cans was being thrown at people, and we were fighting all up in the street, man. And when the cops came, we were gone, man. We were out of there, man. Hey, but then we started getting older, man. So we can't be doing this shit every week. We got to stop doing this. And when we would do it, we would beat somebody's ass, we would have to take 2 weeks off. Look, let's go to Harlem, man, for about 2 weeks, and then we come back down. We'll be looking, see if the cops looking for our ass. Hey, but after a while, we said we can't do that, man. You know, if it gets too wild, look, just close the camp and let's get out of here, man. All right, go ahead.
whosoever therefore resisted the power resisted the ordinance of the Most High, and they that resist shall receive to themselves damnation.
Right. And it gives you examples that anybody that came up against the Roman Empire, the Roman Empire basically took them down. Now, one of the greatest guys that came up against the Roman Empire was a man by the name of Spartacus, which that's supposed to be a true person, an actual person, and he got all them slaves and gladiators, man, and he came close to taking the Roman Empire down, but the Romans got his ass. Why? Because of prophecy. Okay, and the reason why Hannibal Barca couldn't take down the Romans, why? Because the Most High wanted the Roman Empire to stay in power.
That's right. For rulers are not a terror to good works, but to the evil. Wilt thou then not be afraid of the power? Do that which is good, and thou shalt have praise of the same. For he is a minister of the Most High to thee for good. But if thou do that which is evil, be afraid, for he beareth not the sword in vain.
Yeah, and like I remember a couple of years back, that's up there where Zabak and them was. And that dude that came down, the guy said, that Bible put food on your plate, elder. Priest, that Bible. Anyway, he came down all excited, right? And I said, what happened? He said, yeah, up there by Zabak camp, there was this bugged out Jake with a knife, and the cops rolled up and just blew him away. And that was on the news, and it was on YouTube. The guy looked bugged out. He had a knife. There was a whole bunch of cops that's around him, and they just opened fire on this guy, and they had to close up the camp. You know, so we had situations like that where crazy shit happened. Like Zabak, he got kids out there and women out there, man. Now, what if something crazy happened down there? And you got your kids down there. You got kids down there and fucking women, man. We in a battle, even though it's a spiritual battle. Sometimes it get physical, man. So you know he ain't in the right order, man. If you don't go out there in the winter